Welcome to the Husky Bamboo Podcast. It's a sci-fi podcast, meaning that it's about nothing in particular.
Hello, welcome to another episode of the Husky Bamboo. That's the name right there. If you're watching the video, that's me, Ariel Duran. And I'm hoping that you guys have had a good week. I hope that everything has been well. And I would like to also thank everyone that has been watching the videos on YouTube. The last video, I don't know if it was a thumbnail, I don't know what it was, but there was a lot of more views than normal. So it spiked up, and I would like to thank you guys. You're the ones that you guys are there that are watching this for God knows what, because I clearly don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But apparently some of you like it or get a good dose of it. So thank you very much for that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the likes, and thank you for supporting us. This is done strictly out of, I don't know, pure fucking will, I guess. Anyway, so let us begin again right away. Again, we're going to start again. No, let us begin. All right. So, if you guys haven't noticed so far, or I haven't said it enough already in previous podcasts, I will say it again. I live in DR. Moi lives in Dominican Republic. Where specifically? None of your fucking business. Anyway, since I live in DR, I have to talk, and I oftenly do. Again, second language, English. Be patient with me. I usually follow and give some stuff that is happening here. And the latest thing that pissed people off here in DR is this little thing. If you are watching me on video, you will see this. If you're only listening through audio, I will describe the image. This is a picture of the newest edition of Vogue magazine from the UK. And in it depicts a beach area that is full of litter, trash everywhere. Now, and this beach happens to be a beach in Dominican Republic. As you would imagine, people in DR did not take kindly of this image and are very offended. And I've seen a lot of people post on Instagram pictures of different beaches in DR that are actually look clean, that actually look decent, that actually look way better than the pile of dog shit that this picture depicts. Now, I will give some background just in case there's some people that are listening that don't know. The photographer that came here actually took like 5 different pictures and submitted well, she actually took more than that, but she actually submitted 5 different pictures. Of the 5 different pictures, they had a more decent representation of the island in the beach areas, that look decent. Because again, if you are going to take a note from a cover of a magazine and think that all the beaches here are like this, you're sadly mistaken. There are some privately owned beaches in the Dominican Republic that look spotless, that look immaculate, that look awesome. So this is not a fair representation per se. But again, the photographer presented the pictures for good, nice looking areas, and this one that you're seeing here, if you're watching on video, of the horrendous state of that beach. And the editor picked that one and decided to run a story with that. Okay, so why do I bring this to attention? Well, as I already previously mentioned, a lot of people here in DR, some local celebrities, local influencers, and most people here in DR are kind of picked up. I can't even say pissed off anymore. Pissed off. Yes, they're angry, pissed off, very irate of the situation, stating that it is slandering, that the UK is giving us some horseshit, that they're calling bullshit, because that's not how DR looks like, and that's not a fair assessment of how the situation is. Now, we can go and look at both sides of the story, and both sides have a very valid argument. I will try to lean a little bit into the center because that's what I always try to do. I try to go to the middle. I always try to go to the middle because once you go to extremes, you're going to be blinded by the perceptions of what you think that things should be. So I don't aim that way. I try to always keep it center. Now, are beaches in the Dominican Republic in that condition as the picture depicted? Yes, that is real. I can't hide the truth. The sad reality is that not a lot of Dominicans take care of their natural habitat. If you've been paying attention to the local news here, you would realize that deforestation is a real issue, and even in protected areas. And that's going on by this government that is now leaving in the next month. The people that have been assigned in charge of these areas are in total fuck it mode and just selling properties that are owned by the state and protected by law as a national park or national forest, and they're just deforesting everything in sight just because money. People want money, and there are a lot of good trees here in DR. We are rich in mahogany in DR. If you didn't know, DR is very rich in mahogany, and there are some protected areas, certain places, state parks and whatnot, that are filled to the brim with mahogany. But you can't, by law, touch these areas because these are protected areas. They're designed to stay that way in order to protect the fauna of DR and, keep a good ecosystem here in the island, in our part of the island, our half of the island. Can't speak that for Haiti, and that's not a push on them. I'm just stating what we do here in DR. But as I am stating right now and being honest, the local government that, once again, they're leaving now because they lost the election, have done a shit poor job of keeping that environment safe. So, was the assessment of Vogue UK incorrect by presenting that image? No, not in part. No, that is true. We don't take good care of our environment. Am I saying the entire thing is fucked up? The entire island? No. There are certain areas that are, as I said, you can eat off the ground. They're spotless. And this is not condemning DR and saying we're a bunch of pigs and we're a bunch of this, we're a bunch of that. You can take this statement and use it practically anywhere else in the planet. Okay? People do fucked up things. You can't control it. There are good people, there are bad people, there are people that are a little mix in between of both. Have you watched The Sopranos? Okay. So, it is what it is. Am I defending the Dominican government for doing a shitty job? No. Fuck them. I'm glad they're gone. I'm glad they're leaving. I hope that the new government that is coming now is going to do a better job. But if they don't do a better job in fixing this shit, fuck them too. Because I don't have an allegiance to anyone other than what's being done right. So, yes, people from DR, calm the fuck down. If the image is real, if it was not doctored, and they took that picture and that picture was real, then calm the fuck down. If we have done something about it, good. We cleaned the problem. We learned from our lesson. We move on. If not, then we're getting called out. Don't be bitching about it. Do something about it and clean that shit up. Okay? Okay, fine. Next subject. This is going to be like... I almost didn't want to do this because it's like shooting fish in a barrel. It's fucking easy. That's why I hardly talk about Trump or politics in the U.S. because politics in the U.S. have become a clown show, have become a shit show. And if anyone has any sort of investment on any of the candidates, the official candidates, the two guys that are running, I pity your fucking souls. I pity you. Because one is an asshole and the other one is dead. He hasn't been brought up to the attention of it. Trump is an asshole and Biden is Weekend at Bernie's on loop. If you don't get that reference, Google it or watch the fucking movie, alright? Don't be fucking coming after me like, what the fuck is he talking about? Fuck you. It's a good reference. I know some people at my age are laughing their asses off right now with that Weekend at Bernie shit. So, be that as it may, this is kind of in the politics section in the U.S. because the third candidate, oh yes, I think you already know what I'm talking about. And here's the image. And well, before I go into the image, I'm not gonna go into the whole meltdown thing that he went through. That rally. Can we call it rally? That public demonstration of I'm batshit crazy moment. Let's call it that. Yeah, let's call it that. I'm not going to talk about that because, again, shooting fish in a barrel. But we are going to talk about this. Okay, here's the image. For those of you who are not watching the video version on YouTube, it says Kanye West tweets, then deletes claims of his family's concern and more. I took out the article. I'm not going to show it. But it basically, if you follow Kanye West, which I would imagine at this point, since the man hasn't done music in a while, I imagine at this point you follow him on Twitter for comedic reasons, or you're actually sincerely concerned for him, which I applaud if you are. But if you are just making fun of him, please come join me. I'm an asshole. I'm gonna fucking burn in hell for this. Anyway, the case is that Kanye did a bunch of tweets during the week, which he then deleted, as the article here states, which he claimed that he is being, his wife is trying to get him committed, basically, and he's trying to divorce his wife. I bet that goes fucking gangbusters. Then again, this woman must be inoculated at this point by all his crazy shit. Cause how many years have they been in already in this shit? I don't know how many years. They must have like 4 or 5 years married already. I don't know. She must have now like a master's degree on dealing with this man. And I will say man respectfully, because I will not question the art that he's brought into the world. I will not question his talent and whatnot, but the man is crazy. The man is fucking apeshit crazy. He's out of his fucking mind. And now we add the fact that he believes in God. Well, not believing God, he's a believer in Jesus. And now we add that into the insanity. And I would like to preface that after stating that I am a believer and I lean toward believing in Christ. So I guess I have to join him in that madness, I guess. I don't know. But at least I'm not tweeting my shit on public about my marriage and shit and trying to throw my wife under the bus, or actually stating lines of help. I'm crazy. This bitch is ruining my life. Please, I'm blinking. If you guys think that I'm in danger, if you remember that Joe Rogan bit he did about the person formerly known as Bruce Jenner, and I'm trying to be PC here before I get canceled. Then again, I don't have that many followers to be canceled, so fuck that, Bruce Jenner. If you haven't seen that bit, I would recommend for you to go watch that bit. That is one of the best bits I've ever seen in my life, where he just transforms into a fucking demon. That like the Kardashians just whispering in his ear and whatnot. I can't do it justice. I won't even try to. So I would just recommend you go look on YouTube for that Joe Rogan Bruce Jenner bit that he did. It is fucking hilarious and it's awesome. So I would recommend you guys go look for that. Okay, so back to the whole Kanye thing. Do I pity him? Yeah, The man is I would dare say way over his head. He is running for president. Then they made him his assessors told him like, no, don't do it, please, don't do it. People think you're fucking crazy enough as is. Don't fucking do this. And then he was like, doing the whole James Brown routine. I am giving old references like a motherfucker. But be that as it may, he was going with the James Brown, but they put the robe on him and like, oh no, I can't do this no more. And then I'm back. That's gonna be a clip for YouTube right there. Anyway, yeah. So he's back in the race, back at it. I don't know how many votes he's gonna get because he is as batshit crazy as the other two. So the elections of the United States hold between a narcissistic asshole, a narcissistic, racist, fake Christian asshole, a dead person, and a crazy person. Good luck, America. Good luck. Good luck. Speaking of that narcissistic asshole, it sounds like I hate Trump. Look, I just want to clear this up. I'm not the type of guy to just throw this motherfucker under the bus because he does a very well job of that by himself. I mean, he doesn't need any help being thrown under the bus. He does it gangbusters by himself. I mean, it's like every day he just opens his mouth and just shit spews out of it. And like every once in a while, he'll throw a nugget of truth because, in a river of shit, there must be some gold that comes out, I guess. Trying to look for a metaphor here to justify his crazy ass bullshit. Anyways, this week, he was asked about the Ghislaine Maxwell case, and the reporters asked him in the White House what he thinks about the Ghislaine Maxwell case. And I shit you not, this motherfucker, he says, well, I'm not aware of the case. I don't know what's going on, but I wish her well, whatever it is. Here's a picture. In case you're not watching, again, I have to reiterate, we are on YouTube. So go find us there, subscribe, follow us there. So if you're watching us right now, I'm showing you now I'm showing the presentation here with my hand here. There on my right, you can see the now deceased Mr. Epstein by his own force. We don't know. Macabre patterns happened there that let us not say he didn't kill himself or he did. We don't know. I don't want those powerful people after me. Then again, they don't know who the fuck I am. And we have his girl there. And who is there on his right? Well, what do you know? It's Trumpy and Ivanka. So how can this motherfucker not be aware of what is happening to this woman when you see a fucking picture right there of them hanging out together? And there is video evidence of what happened in that fucking island. Well, not video evidence of what happened in the island. God, that would blow up the internet right now. No. There's evidence of Trump stating that like a lot of shit happened in that island. You can ask Prince Andrew. The balls on this motherfucker. And now he says, oh, I don't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't know, that poor bastard. He doesn't know. Yeah, right. And if you're watching the video now, if you continue watching now, you can see I'm putting out my boy here, Andrew Schultz, like I know him, and like he needs more promotion. He posted a video where he talks about this issue a lot better than I do, because he's a professional comedian, and I'm an asshole that is just doing a fucking video and podcast thingy in a spare room in his apartment in DR. Who is trying to do something, make worthwhile. Shit got a little too real though. Anyway, as you can see, the headline right there from Andrew Schultz's video, are Trump and Zuck protecting pedos? Well, are they? Well, you're going to have to watch the video to find out there, and you can see, learn his piece. But anyway, I have my piece to say about the issue regarding Trump not knowing. Is he full of shit? Is the day long? Does the sun bright? Is the sun bright? Does water wet? Does fire burn? Do books have pages? I rest my case. So, why is he fucking lying? Like he doesn't know what's going on. Well, because he was one of the patrons in that little get-together island. And this woman has the goods on everyone that was there. Because Epstein, he was just into the party. This bitch was recording and taking notes and had notations on every single motherfucker that was putting his thing inside the little kids. So she got the whole thing. And notice also, by the way, that neither side, the blue or the red, Republicans or Democrats, have said dick about this case. Last week we talked about how a guy out of the blue with a FedEx uniform shot the family of a federal judge that's investigating the Epstein case. And again, I'm not big on fucking conspiracy theories, but when everything fucking matches together, come on now. Come on now. Come on. There's something here. There's something here. That motherfucker was killed for sure. And this woman hasn't been killed because she got the fucking dirt on all of these sons of bitches. And that's the reason why she isn't dead yet. But they'll find a way. Oh, yeah. I believe they'll find a way. But this woman, for me, for my assessment, she's the smart one. Because she knows what the fuck is. And she knows how to move the buttons of these motherfuckers. So she's not going to go down like her husband or her man. Just, sorry for the very dark illustration. He dead now. And he raped a bunch of kids. So fuck him. Hope he's burning in hell. That's not very Christian to say. Then again, I'm not a very good Christian. So it is what it is. So anyway. Stop me if you heard this one before. Pentagon and UFOs. There are off-world vehicles not made on this earth. New York Times reports classified Pentagon hearings on crash-recovered UFOs, off-world vehicles not made on this earth. That is on July 24th, 2020. I put the date on there and everything. Holy shit. Like, everything that I've said so far should be like afterthought. This should have been the fucking news of the century. This should have been the fucking news of humanity. Of the history of humanity. This should have been the fucking biggest story fucking ever. When the fucking Pentagon is admitting publicly that they found fucking spaceships. They found fucking spaceships. Like, what the fuck is going on, people? Why we're not fucking around? Why we're not just going apeshit right now? Why we're not fucking blowing our minds right now? What the fuck, people? There is life out there. I don't know how. Like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? What do you want me to express right now? There's life out there. So, fuck you, atheist. We kind of had it right, we believers. We kind of had it right. So, fuck you, atheist. Fuck you. What if Jesus is Superman? Superman is supposed to be a metaphor of Jesus. And now it turns out that Jesus is Superman. Let me joke here, people. I'm not sacrilege. This is not sacrilege. Some of you may be interpreting this as sacrilege. I'm just trying to be funny. Don't take this so offensively. That's another fucking thing. But anyway, this is fucking huge news. This is huge. Huge. Let me show this again. Another angle, another way. The Pentagon has reportedly found off-world vehicles not made on this Earth. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? So we're not alone. Michael Jackson was right. Not the best reference. I mean, it's kind of aligning to the whole thing, pedophiles and, well, alleged pedophile in the case of Michael. Alleged. I'm not going to make fun of the dead, the poor man. But if he did fuck kids, fuck him. I'm burning hell. If he did. So, what we're going to do with this information, guys, I mean, obviously, we are being watched. We are, I don't know what to say. We're being watched. We're being observed. Probably the reason why these species from other place, somewhere out of this earth, have not made contact with us is because, well, fucking look at us. Look at the U.S. The U.S. is the perfect example as to why these beings probably have not communicated with us. Like, you want a bigger shit show than the U.S.? Right now, the U.S. is like a total shit show. A total shit show. Where everyone is offended for everything, and logic is just a fucking public toilet. It just gets shit on and peed on and dragged down to the fucking floor, and people beat the shit out of logic because fuck it. I don't know what else to say. I mean, probably that's the reason why they have decided not to make any contact with us. And you know what? Good on them. That shows that they're having higher intelligence. It's like, well, we're not going to deal with this bullshit. Like, look at these fucking idiots. It goes down to I had a bit in my head. Like, I'm a comedian. But I came up with a little bit in my head if I ever do stand up. Like, what would be God's reaction? Why God doesn't talk to us? Like, why, if there is a God, why wouldn't he want to talk to us? Well, it's because if he is God and he's able to watch everything at the same time and be everywhere and see everything at the same time, think about it. We are like his Netflix. He just has to, switch. He stopped watching this series. Let me watch this one. And he just look at these fucking idiots. Like, I made them, but fuck, they're so fucking stupid. And I guess that's the reason why the aliens wouldn't want to come here. So, they're aliens. We're not alone. We're fucked. Now let's go to a little more somber thing. Yeah, we go up and then we go down. This week we lost two legends. We lost Regis Philbin. If you're watching the video here, there he is with the Macho Man Randy Savage. Both of them are now gone. And on the bottom we have Jason Saxon, who was with Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon. And you can see them there in that picture as well. And they are also both gone. And we lost those two legends this week. So, respect for Regis. Regis always promoted WWE or WWF back in the day. And they showed Regis and... I was going to say Regis and Kelly. But it was actually the other name, which I cannot remember now because although I am old, I'm not that old. So I can't go back in time. Anyway, he promoted a lot of WWE. He let a lot of wrestlers go there and promote themselves there. So Regis, you'll be missed. Jason Saxon was in Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee, so automatically he gets legend cred right there. He's also done movies with Clint Eastwood. He was also in Nightmare on Elm Street. The dude, like for 30 or 40 years, did not age. And then the 90s hit, and then, well, that's when the genes started to say, what? I'm 60? Okay, I guess we're going to get old now. And then he did age. But, like, he spent, like, also a movie that Jason Saxon did, Beverly Hills Cop 3. Not as fondly remembered as the other two installments in that series. But still, man, was a legend. Did a movie with Bruce Lee. That's like, get your fucking street cred up right there, son. Can't go any higher than that in Regis Philbin. You're okay in my book because you promoted wrestling. So, may you two rest in peace. Okay, let's get that out of our system and let's talk about a little bit something that we were already talking about. Why people have a hard time believing Christians. Now, this is a very broad term because Christianity has a billion subdivisions. So I can't encapsulate all of Christianity into one little bubble because you can't. It's very difficult. It's like trying to find a genre of metal. You know how many fucking subgenres of metal there is? You're going to spend a week or a year finding all these subgenres of metal. And there's metal for everyone. And guess what? There's a version of Christianity for everyone. There's metal churches. There are gay Christian churches. There's a bunch of churches. Different denominations, different beliefs. They all adhere to one creed, that Jesus Christ is God and he died for our sins, resurrected the third day, and is now sitting in heaven, the right hand side of God. That's basically more or less what most Christian believers believe. That's the gist of it. But then after that, it goes to a whole complicated issue. So lately, church attendance down due to, Corona, but also lack of belief on a lot of people now. A lot of people have a lot of doubts, and and in part, I would dare say, is merited. I would dare say. And I could talk about my issues, but then I will bore you guys to death. But in my end, I went through a crisis of faith a few years ago, and I've talked about it on the podcast before. You can go listen to past podcasts. I think the title of one is Why I Still Believe in God. It's still you can check it out in the archives. I used to say archives. Because, again, second language, and I'm an idiot. But yeah, you can check that out on the archives and listen out there my reasons as to why I still I adhere myself to still the Christian faith, although I do not practice it 100%, hence my dirty fucking language, as I already am explaining right now. Nonetheless, why Christians get such a bad rap right now? Well, in part, I would say one part, and specifically this goes out into the States. It's because in the States, you have a guy like Donald Trump, who is not and should not be the poster boy for Christianity. And he's trying to, because he surrounded himself by a lot of pastors and a lot of evangelical pastors. Notice, though, that most of those pastors are white as fuck and are in the televangelist route. Now, there might be 2 or 3 televangelists that might actually be doing the job with sincere reasons and might not have any ideological hatred or doing this as a game to getting access to people's money and whatnot. But the great majority of them, I think they are in it for the fucking money and just to swindle people left and right. They're fucking used car salesmen. And they're selling a bill of goods that is bullshit. It's more of a feel-good message than anything. It's less Christianity, more about, look at all the shit I got. This could be you if you believe the same shit that I do. And been there, done that, worn the t-shirt, and burned it into a fucking crisp. because I don't follow that shit no more. And I do not mince words when I call it shit, because it is 1000% garbage bullshit what these fucking assholes sell. And there are a lot of people that have went through that route, fell for that shit, and they didn't come up on top like I did. Like, I just threw out the bullshit aside and just decided to concentrate on what is real. And there's a lot of people that do not concentrate on the real and mostly concentrate on the bullshit. And unfortunately, Christianity right now is riddled with bullshit. It is riddled with bullshit everywhere. And I think that's one of the, or if not the top reason why people don't believe in Christianity. You can go deeper with, the inconsistencies in the Bible and whatnot. You can go deeper than that, but that requires, a little bit more thought after the fact. But I think the main reason is just that, Christianity has done a shit poor job in terms of actually helping people, and it's done more of a job of, swindling people and taking their shit and asking and asking and asking and asking and taking and taking and taking. And people are just like, whoa, what the fuck, dude? I mean, you're the only one that's getting rich here, goddammit. And again, I would like to reiterate that not all churches do this. Not all Christianity is about this. It's just the bad, shitty motherfuckers. I would say the same for about, atheism. I mean, nothing has killed more people in the 20th century than atheism. Like, have you heard of Stalin? Have you heard of the killings that the socialist China did and it's still doing? So, again, and I'm not trying to pick on points and saying this side is better than the other. It's human beings. As long as human beings are involved, it's going to fuck up. That's my prediction, because people want to say, oh, Christianity is the problem. No, people are the fucking problem. You can substitute, you can destroy Christianity, and you think that or destroy all religions, and you think things are going to get better? No, because you're still dealing with the fucking problem, which is people. People are the problem, not the fucking ideology. Anybody can have an ideology and then abuse it to the billionth degree just for their personal gains, because that's what happens all the time. So stop blaming Christians, stop blaming atheists, stop blaming whatever the fuck ideology. The problem is not the ideology. The problem is fucking people. People are the problem. People are the ones that twist shit to their benefit and convince themselves that they're doing the right thing when they're actually fucking the rest of the world. That's the fucking problem. So stop pretending that your view is the right one because I know what is right, because my heart is pure, and all this bullshit. Fuck all that shit. Get your head out of your ass and start seeing things for what they are, and look at the bigger picture of whole entire world, the big picture of the world, of life, of everything, that your actions affect everyone. So stop being a fucking dick, whether you're a Christian or an atheist, whatever the fuck, and stop being a fucking asshole and do good for others, and stop being so fucking selfish. There. I gotta smile every once in a while just to let you know that there is a heart beating in there. Okay, and this will be my closer. Because I have to bring up wrestling every once in a while, because I am a mark. I mean, if you can see right there behind me, I have some Funkos of the Young Bucks. And we have added this week Mr. Showstopper, Mr. Main Event, Mr. WrestleMania himself, HBK, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. So he's now part of the collection of Funko. I will try to, present the office here a little bit more better in terms of showing you guys everything. So I am a mark. I'm not hide it. I'm trying not to hide my likes, the things that I enjoy in life. But okay, part of that long ass introduction. Now let's talk about practically the only interesting wrestling news of the week, if I may say so, which was the interaction between Pat McAfee and Adam Cole in the Pat McAfee show in his podcast. Pat McAfee and Adam Cole have had a rocky relationship, to say the least. It seems that they don't see eye to eye. Maybe because stature and whatnot. I'm not going to make fun of Adam Cole. He can kick my ass. Anyway, and so Pat McAfee invited Adam Cole to his show. And I've seen bits and parts of it. But what I can say is that McAfee was being a total dick to Adam Cole. Adam Cole was near where McAfee lives because he went to visit family. And McAfee invited him to his show, and Adam Cole accepted. And then McAfee is just proceeded to rip him apart and make fun of him. And Adam Cole was just, taking those licks up the chin. But then he got done and did the unthinkable sin, which calling him out for his size. And that is something that has been critiqued on Adam Cole for a while, because Adam Cole is not a big dude. Although he is a wrestler, and is a fucking great wrestler, if I may say so. He doesn't have, the traditional 1980s steroid up the gills look. He just looks like a normal dude. And he's not that tall either, but he can do shit in the ring that is athletic and admirable. And I am a fan of Adam Cole. So McAfee was being a total dick in the entire interview. And then Adam Cole just had it. Went up to McAfee's face and called him out on his bullshit. The producer came out. Adam Cole shoved him and then proceeded to leave. And ended there. Now, what has been the debate in the wrestling world, or in the internet wrestling community, the infamous IWC, has been that whether was this a work or a shoot. Work, for you non-marks out there, means was it staged, or a shoot, was it real? Some wrestlers, like Mark Henry and Bully Ray, formerly Bubba Ray Dudley, have come out and say that this was actually real. This was a shoot, as they say in the wrestling world. This is real. This is not bullshit. This is not an angle. Pat McAfee, by the way, is not a wrestler. If you know him back in his football days, that's on you. I don't follow football at all. But if you know him, he's not a wrestler. He's done some commentary for WWE. So he's kind of associated with the brand, but not as an active superstar. He's not a superstar. He's not a wrestler. He's just like a TV personality, a play-by-play guy. Does some commentary or does some interviews. He's an image or a talking head in the WWE, specifically on the NXT brand. So he and Adam Cole have seen themselves quite a few times in the backstage area. And for what I've been told is that McAfee's always been kind of a dick to Adam Cole because of the said size issue. So if that is fucking real, kudos for, I guess kudos, because it got me talking. I'm talking. If it's staged, then I'm like, what's the point then? Is this supposed to be like the introduction for McAfee to go inside the ring and do work and have something against Adam Cole? I don't know. This is like the one of the very few times that in wrestling I can't predict, because wrestling, and specifically on WWE end, it is predictable as fuck. It is predictable as anything that you can ever imagine. Like, if you have the amount of time that you've been watching wrestling like I have, you can practically predict every single match how it's going to go down, because they have done it to death. They have done it to death. There's hardly been an original thought in the WWE, and lately they have tanked. The only thing in WWE that is worth watching is NXT, in my opinion. I could be wrong. You can have your opinion, whatnot. But in my opinion, Ariel Duran's NXT is the shit. NXT is where the buck stops in terms of actual wrestling, actual booking, actual storylines, actual wrestlers getting on top, actual development on wrestlers, I feel that NXT has been done right and it's being handled right. And I already went through my shit from last week. But unfortunately, NXT is not the flagship. NXT is like an afterthought, and it is barely something that Vince McMahon has touched or thinking of touching. So AEW has been kicking NXT's ass. And how I jumped to AEW, I don't know. But anyway, AEW is killing it right now. Raw and SmackDown, I haven't watched forever, which is unfortunate because they have a good champion right now in Drew McIntyre. He is a fucking beast of a man, a great wrestler, and it's a shame that in this era, well, also we have to add to the fact that, with the COVID thing, no crowds allowed in the arenas, and no arenas. That's hurting because, a big part of the matches is when you hear that roar of the crowd and whatnot. That adds a lot of the element into the matches. So, yeah. But again, with the whole Adam Cole and Pat McAfee thing, I don't know if it's a shoot or a work. I don't know. If it's a work again, I don't know where that's heading. If it was a shoot, then good. I mean, the old adage that says any publicity is good publicity. So I guess that publicity for Adam Cole and for the NXT brand, seeing their former world champion or former NXT champion, seeing him, like they say here in the Mandal Pal Carajo, Pat McAfee was aces. I mean, it's good publicity. It's just that it scratches my head if it was a work. It scratches my head. But if it was a shoot, it's quite understandable. Because if a guy had been just calling me, fucking being a dick to me on his show, and you kind of feel like, this is his house, I'm not going to come here to disrespect. But if you're being a dick, you're just going to fucking blow up. So, yeah, that's it. So, I guess as we run out of topics to talk about, and I think this has been a good one so far. What do you guys think? Well, you will let me know by hitting those likes on the YouTube or listening to the podcast wherever you're listening to your podcast. I would like to remind you guys that we still have the TeePublic store. The links are in the description. You can go there and purchase your t-shirts, whatever t-shirts that you want. We have a lot of different designs. I can't show them to you right now due to reasons. But there was a sale a few days ago, and I hope that some of you took advantage. I tried to post it on my social media or on the social media of the podcast, which is at the Husky Badbu on Instagram, and at the _Husky _Badbu on Twitter. So those are the social media links that you can follow us. I think we also have a Facebook page, but that shit has not... it's basically non-existent because very few people give me follows there. I mean, it's more active on the Instagram thing for sure. So just follow me on Instagram there at the Husky Badbu, and you'll get all the details. I'll let you know when the podcast is up or any hiccups that we're going through, because I try to be as honest and straight up as possible. So anyway, I think this is it. I would like to thank you guys for subscribing, for watching, for listening, for paying attention to this. This has been a project that I've done purely out of grit because of fuck it. And I mean, we're all locked in the house. Might as well do something a little bit more productive other than just showing some fucking drawings that I do every once in a while, which you can check out as well if you want to on Patreon, Deviant Art and ArtStation. I'll try to put the links on that there as well on the description. So anyway, this has been Husky Badbu. This is Harry Duran. Take care. Bye, guys.